Up next, y'all, we are talking about Congressman Andre Carson. He's Indiana's 7th District Democrat. He's been elected in office since 2008, and so he's been there for quite a while. He's there for Obama, he's there for Trump's first term, he's been there for Biden, of course, and now he's back for Trump. Looking at some of the things that he's championed, a lot of it has to do with impoverished areas, talking about financial literacy classes for youth. And of course, all of this stuff, it hasn't gone through. One of the big drawbacks people are saying is that he's got ties to like black Muslims, yada, yada, yada. And when looking at a lot of his bills, there are a lot of bills that are Muslim based. However, just because he's black and he happens to be Muslim and not Christian, Baptist, any of the other things, doesn't necessarily make him a bad person. Especially when I go and I look up all of the scandals that he could have been in since 2008, and nothing comes up. Whether he's got a great PR team or he's actually not involved in any scandals, I'm not finding anything. So if you know, and he represents Indianapolis in its entirety, because that's pretty much his entire district. If you know something that I don't know about this individual, please let me know. Because what I've seen here is, other than him being faithful to his faith, which a lot of individuals are, and let's be clear, the things that he's trying to pass aren't faced faith based. So HR 485, that was Muhammad Ali Congressional Gold Medal Act. You have expressing support for the recognition of January as Muslim American Heritage Month. And that was HR Resolution 61. Let's see. And those are just the two from this year. There was one from 2023 to require a report on the death of Shireen Abdul Akleh, which again, I that's not anything to do with forcing faith on anyone. So a lot of the things that he's doing for his faith have nothing to do with forcing it on anyone else. It's just making sure that people understand that, oh, there are other people, black Muslims. And people ask if I'm black Muslim because I don't eat pork. And I tell them I don't eat pork. And they're like, oh, are you Muslims? Like, no, I just don't eat pork. There's a connotation attached to being Muslim. And we need to get away from that. And I think that is what he's trying to do without forcing it onto people. And then you got people coming out saying, oh, he's pro Muslim. He's tied to domestic terrorist groups that are Muslim, yada, yada, yada. I'm not seeing it. So, as far as some of the other things that he's championing, let's see, National Amusement Park Ride Safety Act, because there were things that were happening, and because I don't think that Indiana has like a major amusement park that I'm aware of. There may be one further south, but I don't think so. There on all the other states, and when all this stuff was going on, it was back in like 2022, 2023, where when the rides were coming back open from COVID, there were people that were being killed because the rides, I guess, weren't inspected properly or whatever. And so he introduced the bill that has nothing to do with him, about the National Amusement Park Ride Safety Act. That is HR 10205, if you want to look it up. And it's just all sorts of stuff. I will say, just like with Salud Carbajal, he needs to focus a little bit more on what he wants to get accomplished, so that way he doesn't lose possible voters for being too unfocused. And that's a theme that I'm noticing with a lot of individuals. I would love, love, love to get everything that I have in my head done, but I know that I can't do that. It's not realistic. And if I'm trying to get people to join with me, I've got to narrow things down to things that are not just super important to our constituents, but also important overall. So you've got to trim the fat, you've got to cut it down. He's been there since 2008. That's because Indianapolis is a blue city. And so we need to get people like him to sort of focus a little bit more, show the good that's been done, and then get some of those red or undecided voters to start jumping on the blue train here in Indianapolis. I'm going to give him a B minus. I do believe he's doing really good, and the fact that his net worth, he's one of the poorest congressmen. He's not in it for the money. I do believe that this individual is honestly trying, And this is the kind of person we need. He may not be vocal, he may not be out there in the news every single day, but he is standing firm. And when it comes to the votes, he's voted quite often, if he's voted at all, because sometimes they can abstain. He's voted for the right things. So good on you, Congressman Johnson, Carson.